So I'm Marcos Pizarro. I'm the chair of Mexican American Studies. I teach in Mexican American Studies. I've been at San Jose State since 1999, so about 15 years. And Mexican American Studies is a field that a lot of people don't necessarily understand. We're in the discipline of Chicana and Chicano studies. We do work to understand the experiences of Latina people in the United States, histories both in their native countries, but particularly in what's happening here in this country. What makes us unique is that we look at everything. So we think about economics, we think about psychology, we think about sociology, we think about anthropology, we do sociology, we do history. We combine everything because what we think is that in all those areas, the Latina perspective is transformative. It's different, it's unique. So using that lens, that Chicano studies lens, allows us to see the world more completely, more complexly, more holistically. We also come from this perspective that the experiences of the people who have been the victims of oppression, who have suffered the most, who have been challenged the most in society, are the ones that have the most to teach us, have the biggest lessons for all of us. And so that's kind of like the overall general version of it, but we have faculty who are trained in history, who are trained in looking at labor and economics, who are trained in sociology. Myself, I do work in education. People who do work in looking at cultural studies and cultural forms of production like music and the arts in the early 20th century. We have faculty that cover so many different really interesting and engaging areas. Students can take general education classes. You can get your requirements out of the way in our department. So we have a year-long course that's really a lot of fun for a lot of students. So they look at Mexican and Mexican-American history. And so that's one course, MAS 10A and 10B. You can do your public speaking requirement in our department. We have upper division SJSU studies course requirements that we fulfill in our general courses on Chicanas and U.S. society and the Chicano experience course. So there's a lot of things that we do for the campus in general. We want to invite all students to participate in what it is we do because we think it offers something to any field. We have students who are engineers, we have students who are business majors, we have students who are in nursing, we have students who are going to be teachers. So it's a really exciting opportunity to come together and look at the world in a way, as my students tell me, I never thought about that. And so that's part of what we try to offer so that they will be thinking about that when they leave the campus and they go out into these amazing jobs. We have special topics courses as well. So I have a class that I teach with students where they come, they work with us, we train them, and then we take them out to work in communities with young people in a follow-up semester. And then we've actually hired some of those students later to continue doing that work so that they have a real training and understanding of how do you do work for social justice in Latino communities. We have a course on Chicanos in film. So looking at the Latino experience through film and through movies, which is always a fun course. We have a course that looks at immigration, looks at the experiences of undocumented students in particular. So there's just a lot of exciting work that we do. Like I said, we're different from other fields because other fields will focus on an area like psychology, and that's great. But we're thinking about what are the ramifications for sociology on psychology, and how do we bring anthropology in there as well. But also how do we do history at the same time? And so it's an opportunity to really see things holistically. And I think what we see is also there's a lot of students that come to our department because they want to make a difference. And we have a social justice commitment. We want to make a difference in the world, in our communities. We've seen social inequalities and social injustice for so long. We want to make a difference, and it looks different for all of our students. We have students who want to do that work as artists. We have students who want to do that work as teachers. We have students who want to do that work as activists, as immigration lawyers. So we provide that opportunity for people to make a difference, for people to honor their families by not only getting their education, but using their education for change, which is something that we feel is just a great honor. But it makes our students excited. They're excited to come into the classroom. They're excited to, oftentimes we're taking what they're doing in the classroom, outside of the classroom, and sharing that with other people. They're excited to do that, and then they start to envision, this is where I want to go with this. This is the life that I want to live. This is the job that I want to have, and we help them do that in a way that is both exciting and interesting, as well as transformative for themselves, for their families, and for their communities. And we have a graduate program too. We have a master's in Mexican American Studies. So that allows students to come in and really get an intense training. And in the last 5-6 years, 15 of our master's students have gone on to get PhDs. They're in PhD programs right now, which is a lot because we're a pretty small department. But it is a small department that offers students the opportunity to really engage directly and get mentorship and work closely with faculty and work closely with a community of people who are dedicated to really learning intensely at this master's, at this graduate level, so that they can apply those skills in jobs that make a huge difference in our communities. A lot of our master's students go on to teach community college. They also are, like I said, they're going on to PhD programs, and they're going to become university professors. So there's a lot to see in our department, a lot of work, and it's just a really exciting place. So I just encourage students to come meet us, come check us out, come sit in a class, and like I said, I'm Marcos, and I'm in my office almost every day, so you can find me and come by and visit, and or you can, if you're not local yet and you're thinking about San Jose State, you can always call me or email me and come by and just find out what we do and how it fits with what you're interested in.